everybody, Acre Love Homestead here. My name is Kimberly, if you haven't met me. Today we're going to be working on some canning jalapenos. I thought I'd bring y'all along for that. So in my garden, I grow a garden and I get lots of jalapenos during the summer. So we usually can quite a bit of jalapenos if we're not using them in salsas and stuff like that. So guys, whenever you're canning your jalapenos, you want your jalapenos to be firm. You want them to be firm, nice and crunchy. So in here, mine have been sitting for a little bit, and I got some that are kind of squishy, but it's okay. I'm going to use them anyways. But technically, you want your jalapenos to be firm. So we've got some pretty good firm ones in here. I need to put these in a bowl and wash them after I take off the seeds here, or not the seeds, the stems, excuse me. But I thought I'd just bring you along so we can learn how to can some jalapenos today. Right now, I'm going to add some carrots to mine. You can do this without carrots if you would like to. Is that a mosquito? It was. But you can do this without carrots if you want to. You can add garlic in there if you want. Mine's just pretty much a basic, just a basic recipe. A lot of people will put like cloves in theirs, peppercorns, just to give it, different flavors. You can do that. We like ours kind of basic here on the homestead, and my husband likes it, pretty much basic. He does like to have the carrots in there though. So last year I did some with carrots and I did some without carrots. And this year, he likes it more with the carrots, so this year I'm going to do some more with carrots. And I don't typically have, I guess how you could say, oh, this much carrots or this much jalapenos. I just kind of go with the flow. If I need more, then I add more. If I don't, then, it is what it is. But right now I'm going to cut up 3 carrots, so that's 2. I might do 1 more, because we have quite a bit of jalapenos to can, so I'm going to cut up some carrots, and then we'll get onto the jalapenos. And guys, I already have my mixture going. So my mixture consists of a normal mixture for your brine would be 2 cups water, 2 cups vinegar, 2 tablespoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 garlic cloves. You're going to bring all that in a pan and bring it to a boil. Since I have I'm going to add more carrots and I have quite a bit of jalapenos, I tripled that recipe just to be on the safe side. And then, so you're going to bring that to a boil, and then once that brine is to a boil, you add in your jalapenos. We'll get to that, but you'll add in your jalapenos, and they need to be like a, not like, how they're super green now, they need to be more like a dull color. And that's how you know that they're ready to, can. So a lot of people will just cut up their jalapenos, put them in the jar, and pour their brine on top. You can do that too. I haven't done it that way. So I stick with what works for me. There's other recipes out there that you might want to try, but that's not how we're doing it today on this homestead. But I do have my jars over there. And I got my lids going, my jars to sanitize, and wait for that water to heat up. So in the meantime, I'm cutting carrots while that does its thing. I think I am going to get that other carrot out of the sink. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. And what I did too, guys, is I took off the peeling off of my carrots. So you can do that, or you can leave it on. If you're going to leave it on, wash your carrots real good. And then also on the jalapenos, you don't want any blemishes on the jalapenos, is the recipe that I follow. You don't want any blemishes. So no blemishes on the jalapenos. Okay, we'll see if that's enough carrots when we get to it. So we got our carrots. I'm going to go ahead and put these in a bowl and wash them. So I got my little bowl over here, and I'm going to wash that. I've been struggling with my camera lately. My phone's just been giving me lots of problems lately. Okay. So I just gave that a quick rinse. And I only give mine a quick rinse because I don't use pesticides, so I don't have to worry about washing off any kind of pesticides on there. Probably won't use that skinny one. And you can cut them to, whatever size you think you need. I think the thicker, the better, because it makes them not get so squishy, turn to mush inside of your jar. So I do mine a little bit thicker than normal. This pan, possibly. Well, no, I guess I could put it in there. Duh, it's going in the same thing. They're all going into the same jar, so. So I would say, kind of thick. Not too skinny. Might not use that one. Oh, that's a good one. Okay guys, so this is where I noticed that my mic wasn't on. Here I'm fixing to explain that we're going to put them in the pan after they are, after my brine is actually coming to a boil. Right here I did say that I used 50 jalapenos and 5 carrots. So that could, you could kind of go off of that for your recipe. But here I'm going to tell you that we're fixing to put it in the brine, and that whenever it's in the brine, you need to, excuse me, the jalapenos need to become a pale color, and then that's how you know that they are ready. So right here, I'm just adding that in there. The carrots you don't have to worry about too much. That's just going to go in there, and the longer the carrots sit in that brine, the better. But right here, I'm just telling you, you need to keep them kind of under the water, under that brine, and that way they can turn the color that they need to. And that's got to sit for a while. Still haven't figured out that my mic isn't working just yet. Here in a minute, I'll figure that out. I'm assuming I'm over there swapping it out. Okay, if y'all didn't just hear me, we took our jalapenos. I counted the tops. It was 50 jalapenos to 5 carrots for this recipe, I guess. If you don't have to go by this, you can eyeball it, kind of like I did. And then we're going to let this come to a boil. Your jalapenos need to turn like a pale color. And then that's how you know when they're ready to be pulled and to put into your canning jars. So we're just waiting for that to happen. You kind of want to keep them, kind of submerged down inside. Not completely under the water, but, just kind of stir them. Make sure they're getting, that vinegar on them. I'll give them one good swirl. Let's see. And of course, all your carrots are going to plop to the bottom. We're not really worried about the carrots. It's more the jalapenos that we're worried about. So what we're doing here, we got our jalapenos in here. We got our jars in here. And then our lids are back there. So that might take a minute. The other day I canned some chicken broth. I was happy about that. I made enchiladas and I canned some chicken broth. That carrot that's on that thing smells bad, burning. I'm actually going to turn that up a little bit more. And I took my garlic out whenever I made my water. I took that out. Tell you what, my compost bucket's getting pretty big, or pretty full. Here in a minute, they'll start turning a pale color. Hopefully. That water might need to be a little bit more hot. That's okay. Okay, guys, so they've come to the pale color. Got that pale color. I'm trying to leave them just a little bit longer. You don't want them mushy. You don't want them mushy. I'm going to start taking out my jars that I have sanitized here. Let's see how many we're going to be able to fill today. May not be too many, but excuse me, them jalapenos are hot. Apparently. So we're going to turn that off. Let that come to a simmer. That way we don't burn ourselves when we take stuff out. And guys, this right here is a water canning method. It is not USDA approved, so you're doing this at your own risk. Can't say do what I do, but this is the way I do it, and I haven't died yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to get us a little towel. Get you a towel, wet you a little, like an end of it, of the towel. Not all the way, just a little corner, because we're going to clean off the rims. So what I just did is I took this towel and I put some vinegar on it. And what we're going to do from there is you clean off the rims. You can do it afterwards or before. I do it both just in case. So these got the pale color. I don't know if y'all can, I'm going to show y'all the pale color. See how it's kind of pale looking? That's the color that you're looking for. Okay, now what we're going to do, dun, da, da, da. Hopefully y'all can see this, because we're fixing to start putting it in the jars. I have a small kitchen, so it seems big, but it's really not. Right now I've got 3 different things going on. I'm trying to get dinner done. I'm trying to get my basil hydrating water going. I'm trying to do this. So yeah, I've got a lot of things going on at the moment. Whew. Oh, that is hot. And let's get a couple of lids out. A couple of our lids out here. And we're going to leave our water, because we're going to use that same water. Ain't nothing wrong with using that same water. And what you can do too, guys, is down in your pot here, if you know how some jars come out with like a white film on it, you can add just some vinegar down in there. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a splash of vinegar in it. That way we don't get that white film on our jars when they come out. Just put some vinegar down in there. Okay, I'm going to try to zoom you guys in. Hopefully you ain't too close, but kind of see what's happening here. I have to excuse my kitchen. Like I say, I have stuff. I got a couple different things going on right now. This is our towel for our rings. I'm probably gonna have to put some more vinegar on that. Okay, so now you got your jar, kind of warm. Be careful. Make sure this is cleaned out. Don't want no stuff going down in there. And I have a better spoon, if I can find it. I actually have a couple of these. Let me see if I can find that other spoon. Here we go. So we're going to use this spoon to ladle out our stuff. I'm going to ladle it right down in there. Juice and everything. Okay. Then you're supposed to take your debubbler that I don't have out here. Hang on. I need to find that debubbler. Or you can take like a knife or something, but something plastic. You don't want to do it with something metal. So get your debubbler here. Got my debubbler. And take this debubbler and you're going to shove it down on the sides. Make sure you get all bubbles out. Okay, and this thing has a measure where you can measure how far down your water is. So that's pretty good. Okay, we're going to I always wipe this off. But we're going to put some more vinegar on here. Because it seems like it dried up a little bit. Wipe off your ring, because that's going to keep anything from being on there like bacteria wise. Put your lid on. Finger tight. And then this will go into the canner. I'm not going to do it right now because I want to put everybody in at once. You might only get a few jars out of this. That's fine with me. Still got plenty of jalapenos on the vines. I just dropped a jalapeno. Whoop. Let's get a little bit of brine down in there. Okay. Get your debubbler. Guys, y'all can add onions into this. You can add, anything. Like I said earlier, you can put anything down in here. I'm just doing it the way my husband likes it. I can never remember which end that's on. Okay. I'll wipe this off with my apron here. Some of these lids fit differently. Mind you, that's hot, so be careful. And I possibly made too much brine for this, but you can always save your brine, and you can use it in your future canning your jalapenos. Get the bubbles out. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this number on this one. Whoop. Okay. Take your towel. Whoop. Take your towel with your vinegar on there. Wipe it off. Get your lid on. Finger tight. Keep going. I think we got about maybe a jar and a half left. Which that's fine. It's not a big deal. I don't know if I'll use that lid. Looks like it's got a little bit of rust on it. Don't want to use any lids that have rust, guys. If you're new to this, don't use lids that have rust. Okay, that should be good enough. Get your towel again. Wipe it off. Finger tight. I don't know how many jars of this I canned last year. There was a lot. I mean, we're still not done for the summer, so summer's just beginning. Hopefully my jalapeno plants will make it through the summer. Tell you what, that smells super duper spicy. I gotta find my other spoon that has the holes in it. There we are. Yay. Because we're getting down to nothing but brine here. So I could have probably done maybe 5 cups. 5 and 5, I think that might have been enough. You probably could have done 4 and 4. I think that would have been fine. Get all the scraps again. All right. Now let's add a little bit of juice to that. Give it some flavor. Okay. I'm actually going to keep that out because I'm going to use my brine for it. Or actually, I'm going to not use my brine. I'm going to save that brine because I can use it in my next round of jalapenos. Make sure your lid's on there good, guys. Finger tight. We're going to sit these down in our water. And it's going to, on a rolling boil. Mine's not at a rolling boil because my stove is ridiculous. But on a rolling boil, you're going to leave it for 10 minutes. After that 10 minutes, pull them out. Sit them on a dry towel. And listen for your good old ring-a-ding-ding. If you don't know what the ring-a-ding-ding is, it means the pop. I'm going to go ahead and put my lid on. And I'm going to put a couple extra jars down in here, just so they're not moving and bouncing around whenever it comes to that boil. That'll help them prevent from falling over and whatnot. But that's going to take a minute, so I got to wait till that comes to a rolling boil. You'll start your 10 minutes at the rolling boil. So we got everything in the pot. And we're going to wait till that pot comes to a rolling boil. Okay, guys, it's been 10. I actually did 15 minutes on mine. So I'm about ready to pull them out. My timer went off. So you're going to pull them out and sit them on your towel. And what you do from there, typically what I do, turn that off. So typically what I do is I'll spin these tops again, the rings, just to make sure they're on there good. And then after you've heard them pop, okay, so I'm going to do this, they're all nice and sealed. After you've heard these pop, guys, that little thing on the top is going to go, it should, sink in. So after all that's said and done, you'll take off this ring, pull up by your seal, pull it up, and if it doesn't come, if it doesn't fall down, be careful, try to hold it, maybe let it cool. That means that it clearly didn't seal and you'll have to do it all over again. But that's kind of what we have, guys. Some nice canned jalapenos to go on our shelves. Hopefully we'll get some more jalapenos, throughout the summer, and we can do this all over again. Part of this video I'm going to have to edit, and my mic wasn't on. So if y'all have made it this far, y'all have already gone through the editing part. Sorry about my mic. I do apologize. But like and subscribe, guys. Hit the notification button. We'll see you in the next one because we're going to be canning green beans.